Hey, welcome back to the channel. My third episode here. Just right out of the gate, I just have to say, folks who produce content and post it online, I've read most of the articles. I've read a lot of the articles that say, there's certain things that you shouldn't do. You shouldn't go back and watch your previous content, right? You should have other people do that. You should edit that, have other people edit it. Well, I made that mistake. I went back and I looked at the two previous episodes that I posted, and I'm talking too softly. And I just want to tell you, I'm here in my studio, my home studio, and in so doing, I was talking quietly, almost like we were having a fireside chat about whatever the topics were. It's because I didn't want to wake anybody up. I shoot these things early in the morning, sometimes early in the morning. Today's a little bit later. Anyway, so I'm going to talk louder. And that's my only feedback for myself. So you get to watch me evolve on video as I post these things. Anyways, that's not the point of today's episode. Today's episode is, welcome back. We're inside the mind shift of what AI is doing to us as human beings, and I'm sharing my personal experience. And I think I'm going to say this for a while until I stop saying it, but so much has changed since the last time I posted, which is 1 week ago. So much has changed. When you work inside of implementing AI, using AI, talking to customers that use AI, so much changes. And that's why I want to post my experience, because not everybody has that yet, right? There's some of you that are at the end of your careers. You'll probably never really experienced that. And you'll look back on this and just wonder what it was. And then there's those of you at the beginning of your career that that don't know what you're going into when it comes to the use of AI and what AI is doing for you and what AI will do for you and the opportunities and also the struggles that it will pose. I read an article this last week. It's called "The End of One Size Fits All Enterprise Software." It's an interesting article for those of you who like to geek out about SaaS-based business, enterprise software. It was written by Deep Nashar and Nitin Naraya. The whole point, I'm just going to summarize it all the way down. The whole point of the article was, some of the key takeaways is just how software is changing. And so we don't have to conform or bend to what software does for us in order to get an output. And now we're at a point in our society that we can use AI to actually build software, not to replicate what we use, but build it for the specific output that we're looking for. In other words, this is my workflow. This is what I need. I need it to be built. And the developer, the human developer, is starting to fade away. Will there always be a need for humans in the AI process? My opinion is yes, absolutely. But not in the traditional sense. And that's the whole point of Inside the Mind Shift, this channel, is what will we do as traditional working human beings do on the other side of this? And you have to experience a shift in the way that you think. And I'm explaining to you what I go through. And so from this article, the whole point of the reason I'm talking about this is in this article, it says that 40% of all coding now is done by AI. 40%. That is it's almost 50% of what a developer used to hands-on keyboard build website, software, programming, hardware, everything that we use in our daily routines, whether you're in corporate or you're a stay-at-home mom or whatever. But all the apps on our phone and the cameras on our homes, all of that was built and programmed. The hardware was built, obviously on an assembly line. But the guts of it, what makes it work, is software. That was coded by somebody or a team of somebody's. 40% of that is going to AI. That is a massive number. And that was this article this last week. And what comes from that is this whole shifting of resources into AI, because AI knows how to build software. So if you spend any time on LinkedIn, There are proponents on LinkedIn. There's corporate leaders on LinkedIn saying, yep, see, your job's going away. I don't know why they post those articles. It's an interesting dynamic. I think it's because many professionals love to build a brand, and they build a brand around the negativity. Yeah, jobs are going to get replaced, but I don't look at that as a negative thing. I look at that as a positive. Many of those jobs that are being replaced need to go away, right? That's an inefficient way. However, those same jobs that are going away, the people that are losing their jobs, have an opportunity now to actually shift into a brand new role, right? It's not like you're going to just, oh no, now I don't have any work to do. That's not true. You have to experience the mind shift. You have to go through what I'm going through. And you don't necessarily want to share it publicly, but that's fine. But just embrace it. I'm helping a person. In fact, I'm helping several people right now. One person actually lost his job. He's very skilled at what he does, but he's older. And the reality is, it might be older. It might be just his industry that he's in. Anyways, is just creating a profile in AI and building out what's your medical profile, what's your current medical needs that you need to understand. So it makes him a better, more educated human being when he goes into the doctor to talk to the doctor, instead of just being fed more pharmaceuticals by big pharma and doctors that have been just paid because they're just pushing drugs, right? Be more educated. Use AI to do this for you. And how about your job prospects? Just because you're older doesn't mean that you're no longer worth anything. In fact, you're worth more now than ever before because we have AI available to. But as I walk through this and I explain how to do this for him, it's a struggle for him. And I've noticed there's all these psychological, blocks that pop up. I don't type very well. I'm not really good on the keyboard. I'm not very computer literate. And these things these are usually indicators of fear. And so I'm like, great, speak into it. Just embrace it. Dive in deeper. Ask questions. Talk to it like it's a human being. I know that's weird. Okay, whatever. Get over the weirdness of it. Speak to it. Tell it that when AI starts to hallucinate, when it's not giving you information back that seems like it's congruent and it matches your life and it explains you, tell it, this seems inaccurate. I guess what's fascinating to me is the resistance that many people have toward experiencing this shift. It is a completely different brain. I guess that's one way to say it. And now it's moving so fast that if you don't jump in at some point soon, the AI technology is moving so fast that when you do decide to jump in wherever that was, I'm going to jump in right now, but I'm going to wait. That technology advances so fast that jump in point is now really, really old. So when the new technology comes out, for instance, right now AI is in the agentic AI phase, right? Agentic means agents. Like there's sub-agents, AI agents. This particular agent runs on this data set, right? So let's say this is all medical. This is all career. This is all fitness. This is all social. This is vacation. See, those are related data sets. They're building AI developers, right? Human beings are developing agents that there's guardrails around just looking at medical data. And then they're making that available to the general public. So if you want to train AI knows when you're talking about medical, it goes and it references that medical agent. What happens, the reason why that's important is because you don't want the fitness and the vacation agents clouding the output of your medical history, because when you start combining all that data, that's what's called hallucination. So you let one agent do what they do well. The way that I explain this, and I'll probably say this many times on video here, is I explained it to this person, these several people that I'm helping right now understand how to use AI, is just picture that you're in a stadium with 10,000 experts all different fields and disciplines, right? 10,000 sitting there. And you get up to the microphone and you talk for an hour about you. Everything that you are good and not good at. What you do for a living, what your career was, what your goals are, your family, the things that you don't like, the things that drive you nuts. I know I've said this before, but I mean, that's the kind of context. And then ask those people for help. Do you think you would get help out of a crowd like that? Of course you would. That's AI. And now that really represents agentic AI. All of those individuals in that stadium are an agent. They have an expert opinion about a certain field of study, right? They don't know everything. They just know their field very well. And when you know how to go to each one of them for advice, that represents this next generation of AI. And there's more to talk about. There's AI beyond that already. But I don't know, today, I guess in this episode, I'm thinking, I guess I'm going to call this episode vibing, right? You got to vibe. This whole idea of vibe coding means that I can think about certain things that I want an output and I can tell AI out, and AI writes the code for it. So you start vibing with AI. And the younger generations get this, and those older generations will be like, oh, that's such a weird word salad. Just dive in. You got to learn to trust what AI does well, but verify, right? Isn't that a good human response anyways? Trust but verify. Shouldn't we do that in our social settings? Shouldn't we do that with new friends that we meet? Shouldn't we do that with new jobs and new interviews? Trust but verify. I actually take a different approach. I have zero trust policy and verify along the way before trust is ever built. You should be doing that with AI, but that should not preclude you from using it, diving in and using it. Start. If you're watching this video and you don't know where to start, my advice to you is start. I don't know, pick the interface. ChatGPT, Claude in Anthropic, Grok. I get this question all the time. Which one should I use? Perplexity. Which one should I use? And I was like, use one. Just use one. Start, because on the back end of it is OpenAI. It's the large OpenAI model. And those large language models, LLMs. You're going to get all the technology. And now they're offering, buy this package and you get, 4 or 5 of the best AI, for $25 a month. Okay, fine. Buy one of them. Buy one of those packages and start building your profile. Make sure it doesn't train across the internet. Start vibing with it. Start communicating with it. Don't treat it like Google, questions and answers. Talk to it about you. Tell it where you are in your life's journey, in your career journey, in your parenting, in your communicating with your corporate colleagues, in your fitness journey. Should I take GLP-1? Why can't I lose weight when I'm in the middle-aged? I want to date this person. I don't know what to say. I don't know. You need to start communicating and building a profile, a digital profile, and then having this ongoing conversation. You will learn so much along the way. You will evolve, right? And as you evolve, you will start to identify patterns in yourself if you remain objective. And from that, you start to vibe with it. And then you can actually build software. Build me a software that helps me lose weight. I don't know. Build me a website. And on this website, I want to be able to do, sell dog collars. Try it. It's just amazing where we are. I don't know. It moves so fast. If you don't think it's moving fast, you're wrong. I work in it every day, and every day it moves faster and faster and faster. I'm talking quiet again. I'll try to talk louder. But I encourage you, as you watch these videos, whoever it is that watch these videos, is just jump in, try it, And when something doesn't work, find another way. Tell AI something different. Check it. Yell at it, just like it would be if it was a person in the room with you. You've got to start to vibe. And that's the experience that I'm having now. And I'm moving faster and faster. I'm getting ready to talk to more folks that are scared. They've actually told me they're scared of it, right? They're scared. I will do my best to, that'll be another one of these episodes where I'll share the fears that people have and how they walk away, possibly, and how some people flip and they dive in and they become something different. This one person I'm working with, I'm really interested to see if he's able to flip and what he looks and sounds like on the other side of this. And this may take weeks, if not months, to accomplish. We'll see. We'll see where it goes. Maybe he'll be on video with me one of these times. I'll probably get other people on this if that, host personal experiences for those of you who are wondering what that looks like. Anyways, that's it. That's today's episode. Thanks for visiting. Thanks for watching. Inside the Mind Shift. Vibing. All right. We'll talk soon.